Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today we are doing a look into the earnings coming up this week. There's some big earnings on the US side once again. This week and next week are definitely kind of like the two last kind of peak weeks. So yeah, there's some smaller companies, there's less of the big market cap ones, some smaller companies here reporting earnings, but still some companies that I own, so they'll be very important. But yeah, we'll work through the list of companies that are reporting this week. So as always, if it saves you a bit of time looking into all these companies and checking when the earnings dates are, that's why I kind of do this series. So it saves you guys looking at all your companies and seeing, right, which day is this company reporting on. Hopefully I kind of go through your whole portfolio and give you a good list of companies that you own, their reporting names. So for doing that, if you could smash the like button, that'd be absolutely amazing. If you want to see this series all the time, make sure you subscribe so you can carry on checking in on this series. But we'll take a look at some of the companies that are reporting earnings this week. So yeah, it's like I say, it's a bit quieter on the UK front, but it's still quite busy on the US front. Some of my companies reporting earnings. I am doing another sit down video as well. So I mean, do you like this format? Let me know if you like this format, because sometimes I think it's a little bit different rather than just being stood up all the time. So if you do like this format, let me know, so I might do it more often. But yeah, I think it's quite good to just change from being stood up all the time to going to sitting down. So you guys let me know what you think anyway. I think it looks okay, but yeah, we'll take a look. So the UK front is definitely a lot more quieter this week. The only two standout ones really is I've got one company that's reporting earnings, which is WH Smith's. The other company is National Grid, which I'm sure some of you guys might have got that one as a free share on Trading 212 if you do share your code about. That's one that often gets handed out there, National Grid. But yeah, WH Smith's is one that I own. I'm kind of expecting nothing really positive. So it's still price negative, but still when some negative news like what will probably come out with WH Smith will probably still somehow move it lower down. So yeah, that's kind of the UK summed up really in kind of 1 minute. But yeah, we'll get on to the US front, which is definitely a lot crazier. So on Monday on the open, Plug Power. I know some of you guys are in that one. I know some of you guys have asked me to do a video on that one, as well as Blink Charging, so maybe that can happen. And we've got Workhorse, big spec stock that a lot of us are in. Obviously, it would probably be more of a case of like, is there any big news and how much cash is that company burning through? So yeah, Plug Power, Workhorse, Canopy Growth. We've kind of seen like at the moment the Biden boom coming in for a lot of these kind of cannabis stocks at the moment. So we've got Canopy Growth coming out as well. McDonald's, which is probably the biggest company actually this week that is reporting earnings. So we've got McDonald's on the Monday, Aurora Cannabis, another one of Biden booms. So it's had really good moves since Biden's become president. So yeah, we'll see how that one does, but I know they tend to burn through the cash quite a bit. And that's kind of it really. I mean, US Auto Parts might be one that I do check into, but that's kind of everything really on the Monday on the open that I'm interested in. And then after the close, we've got Beyond Meats. Big fan of that company. Valuation is just way too much for me though. If Beyond Meats gets below $100, that's when we start getting interested, I think, with Beyond Meats. So yeah, Beyond Meats is definitely an interesting one that I will check out, because if it was at the right prices, it's probably one that I could buy. And then we've got Tilray, once again, Biden boom. Nikola, I mean, they've got a lot more problems than earnings going on. We know that. I wonder if they're pushing any of the lorries down the hill on this one. So we'll see what happens there with Nikola. Ring Central, I actually had a little bit of a look into that one not so long ago. Then Norwegian Cruise Lines, see once again how much cash they're burning through. And on the Monday, maybe Advanced Auto Parts is one that I do check out. Corsair, I've actually got them on my list to look into. They look very interesting, along with Turtle Beach. Two gaming companies that I'm kind of trying to look into at the moment. So Corsair will definitely be interesting, because I think it's their first earnings as a public company, and their growth at the moment is really fantastic. So I am going to have a look into that one a little bit. Rocket companies, I know some of you guys are into this one. Obviously, they should do quite well with the kind of low interest rates and everything going on at the moment. They had a very good quarter last time, so I expect them to have a good quarter again, so we'll see how they do. I know some of you guys are in that one. I think the only reason why I've never gone out and bought rocket companies is because it's having such a boom at the moment, but I don't know if it can keep that pace up in, say, like 2 years time, for example. So that's the only reason why I haven't really bought that one yet, even though I do think it's a decent company. Especially when you look at the current growth and the valuation, for sure. Datadog, I had another look into this one. I think it's just a little bit high valuation for me, but still definitely a good company. We've got Lyft. Obviously, we had Uber last week, and then we had Tencent, a great Chinese company. I mean, if that was to have a dip, I'll definitely buy that one. And then we go on to Wednesday on the open, and yeah, we've got Douyu there. We've got Huya. Obviously, we've talked about Huya a lot on the channel. It's one of my big holdings, so we'll see how Huya do. So yeah. Douyu, Huya on the same day. Lemonade, I know some of you guys are playing into that one, so yeah, that's a good one. And then after the close, Purple, we've got Revolve, another company that I own, and some other interesting ones down there. But yeah, definitely Wednesday is a big one. I've got 2 companies on that day reporting earnings. Huya, I hope they do some good ones. Revolve, I hope they do some good earnings as well. So we're checking them ones out. And then we'll go across to Thursday open. Wix. InMode, obviously I'm a shareholder in InMode. I'm sure they're going to blow earnings out of the water. Like, of all the companies on this list that I own that are reporting, and a lot of other companies, this is the one that I'm most confident on. Coming off another fantastic quarter, I hope they do well. So we'll see what happens with InMode. And then after the close, some interesting ones here. We've got Walt Disney, once again a company I own. Blink, I think some of you guys are asking me to check into this one. I'll do a video on it at some point, so I will try to do that one. Plandair, I think some of you guys were interested in this one as well. That was a recent stock that came onto the stock market. I'm pretty sure they did it through a SPAC as well. And then Friday on the open, we've got DraftKings as well. Obviously, I did a video on DraftKings a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now. So yeah, I'm a big fan of DraftKings if it's at the right valuation. I'm just kind of doing my final touches into a video on Golden Nugget at the moment. So that should be up sometime soon. But yeah, I mean, DraftKings, I'm sure they'll have a good quarter. But at the same time, I hope they have a bad quarter, so it makes maybe an opportunity for me to buy it. So we'll see what exactly happens there. We've got Manchester United reporting earnings. I always forget that it's actually publicly traded. But yeah, I mean, I think that's just kind of a funny one, really, isn't it? I don't think anyone actually holds shares in them, but it's crazy to think that there's an actual football club on the stock market. I think Juventus are on the stock market as well. Not 100% sure on that one, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. So yeah, overall, bit of a crazy week. I mean, I'd say, obviously Workhorse, McDonald's, Beyond Meats are really interesting. I'll definitely check out Rocket when they report their earnings. Huya, obviously that's going to be massive. I'll be refreshing my phone, waiting for the earnings to come through on that one. Lemonade's kind of a cool one. Revolve as well will be another interesting one. I think obviously we've got InMode, definitely checking them out, big holdings of mine. Walt Disney, be checking them out. DraftKings as well, and Corsair. I mean, they're very interesting. One that I want to do a bit more research in, and if that was to have a bit of a dip, maybe we'll see what happens there. I don't think it will do because of the current climate. I think they should do pretty good earnings, but yeah, definitely a lot of companies that I'll be checking out of earnings for. I'm sure there's some on this list that you guys will be checking, so hopefully that saved you kind of, half an hour searching around the internet, seeing if your company's reporting earnings this week. It's why I try to do it. And also, I know some of you guys do hold shares in here, and I hold shares. So yeah, I mean, there'll probably be some, I'm sure with these being a lot more volatile, smaller market cap, I'm sure there'll be a bit more movement in these stocks compared to the ones that have previously come. So I'm sure that I probably will be making a video on these at some point in the week, at least one of them. Probably Huya and InMode, I would guess at. But yeah, overall, definitely going to be an interesting week. So hopefully that saved you looking around some of the earnings that are coming up this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, smash the like button if you made it all the way to the end. If you're new around here, you want to keep up with this series and also track some of these stocks that I'll probably end up talking about, make sure you subscribe, guys. That'd be absolutely amazing. And I'll see you next video.